Hi. Hi guys. You go. Welcome back to Two Season of Podcast. This is Elina and Oran. Special guest Oran. And what episode is this? 5? Is it recording? It is. Is this episode 5? Or 4? Or 6? Tell me. What episode is it?
It's number 6.
Okay.
I was just seeing how long I could go. How poorly you'd do.
No, I
if I didn't join in. You did well.
Thanks, guys.
Welcome to Two Season of Podcast number 6.
Why are you replacing what I said?
Because I do better. So, just warning you now, although you'll probably know by the title and the thumbnail, that this is going to be a primarily X-Files podcast.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Oh, I'm warning the listeners.
Okay. He's warning me too now.
Yeah, because we finished watching it yesterday.
Last night.
Yeah, we didn't finish watching it. We finished watching the first season, which is good because when we started watching it, I didn't think you'd get that into it.
I tried watching it before, out of his recommendation. I just got really annoyed at how anal Dana is, like Scully is about everything that Mulder's saying. But then rewatching it, I was like, oh, okay, I see that it's like her job to be that way. Like, you know.
And it's also kind of fun to like relate the characters to us.
Yeah.
Like I would be Dana and you would be Fox.
Mulder. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of fun to,
because I'm all about those conspiracies, and I see them all connecting, and Oren's like, that doesn't fucking make any sense, and I'm like, but you don't understand. So yeah.
And I'm like, stand aside, I'm a medical professional.
Yeah.
So yeah, we finished watching it. Another reason why you didn't really get into it the first time was because you were trying to watch it online, which was a nightmare because of all the ads and stuff.
There was loads of ads, but also at home there's so many people and very few rooms. So, like, because it's a big enough family for the size of the house. So every time I would try to get a moment alone to watch X-Files, somebody would walk in and start talking to me, or yeah, like something like that, and I'd have to pause it. So then when you pause something when you're watching it illegally online, and then you have to like play it again, like all of these pop-ups starts.
And were you watching it on the TV as well?
No, I tried towards the end. I tried watching it on the TV, but then again, I couldn't do that either, because for one person to take the sitting room to themselves is kind of bitchy. It's a bitch move.
Yeah. Oh no, I meant like because navigate. Like, I remember we tried to watch movies.
Yeah. Or
something on the TV in your sitting room, and it was like a nightmare trying to navigate through the ads and stuff, trying to click them off.
Yeah.
The slow moving mouse and stuff.
Yeah. So I was like, this just isn't worth watching.
Yeah.
And I feel like I was watching more for you than for my own interest.
Yeah.
You know, whereas now it's kind of just like watching out of my own interest because I'm genuinely excited to watch it, you know? So yeah.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
What I thought would be fun is if we kind of went briefly through each episode to say what we thought, because I have them up here. There was 24 episodes in total. I just thought it'd be fun to give our brief thoughts.
There was actually a few characters from X-Files that were in Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
So like in this apartment, we finished watching Twin Peaks.
Was that the first thing we started watching?
I think it is. It's the first thing that we've like fully completed here, I think, series-wise. And it was just so funny to see the same characters in X-Files. I thought it was...
And David Duchovny.
Who's David Duchovny?
Mulder. Was also in Twin Peaks.
Oh, yeah! It's so funny.
Yeah. You know, during the last few episodes, you know when you said that he looked different?
Yeah.
He looked more like his character in Twin Peaks. Like he was kind of beautified. Which I thought was weird. I'm thinking just maybe like
No, I think Hollywood just got to him a bit.
Yeah, he got like a bit of a makeover and stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah,
there's something about him that's attractive, but like he's just not attractive either. You know, like there's stuff about Dana as well that I'm not by. Because I'm like,
she says.
I know.
That's
very attractive.
The evidence is against her on that.
That's very attractive, but also at the same time, she just has such a like baby face. I'm really excited to see her Hollywood transformation because I know, like, does she ever get blonde hair in this series?
No.
Oh man.
I don't think so. No.
Because like she ends up getting skinnier, like her face slims out and she gets like nicer cheekbones. I don't know. I
think she looks better in the earlier seasons.
No, really. Yeah. I hope her fashion as well. Like because fashion changes as well, you know, over time. So she would get like more tighter suits.
I don't know if she got tighter ones.
Or she starts wearing like nicer pants to make her look a bit taller instead of wearing the
I'm sure she got rid of
skirts.
I'm sure she got rid of the shoulder pad suits. You know.
Yeah, but that was probably nice for the time. But watching it now, I'm like, no.
Yeah, she looks like a rugby player.
Yeah, so like I'm really excited to see her transformation throughout. You know. But yeah, I don't know what else about X-Files.
So you enjoyed it?
Yeah, I really did enjoy it.
Yeah.
I really did enjoy it. And there was like loads of stuff in it as well that I thought was very cool to research and find out if it was ever based on something that happened in the past. You know? One thing I did want to say was it would be interesting to watch it and remove all of the times Mulder was separated from Scully when he saw something.
What do you mean?
So we're watching it and we're like, come on, Scully, why don't you believe? You know, but that's because we're watching like Mulder see an alien when she's in the other room.
Yeah.
So if we didn't see that, would we also be like, no, Mulder, that didn't happen? You know? Would we also kind of be like Scully? So that's very interesting.
They could do this like interactive kind of thing, like a game or something, where you have to pick at the start whose story you're gonna follow, and that person is the only viewpoint you can see.
Mulder's story is already a lot more interesting.
Yeah, but then I think if you followed Mulder, you'd just grow to hate Scully.
Yeah,
like she's always like, you're being ridiculous, Mulder.
Yeah,
you know?
She's like, how can that happen? And I'm like, we just saw it happen.
Yeah, and then the people who watch Scully's route are like, you don't understand.
Yeah.
It's medically incomprehensible. Yeah. It's impossible. Yeah.
It's very good. I highly recommend X-Files. That'll be my recommendation of the week. I'm taking it. You can't take it.
I'm going to recommend season 2 then. But yeah, like if we're not going to really spoil much. No, I don't know, to be honest. Going through all the episodes.
What's your favorite episode? We won't go through all of them. Just what's your favorite episode?
Well, I could name the episodes and we'll kind of go off that.
All right.
Yeah. Like I won't give a description of them. Okay. Yeah, I'll do this and then we'll both say our favorite episodes. Okay. Okay. So the first episode, the pilot, that was when they have their like the alien abductions in the forest. Remember that one?
Okay, yeah.
I thought that was a good episode, like first episode, because
was that the one with the man in the hospital bed and he was okay.
So that gives you like it tickles your fancy with the whole paranormal stuff, not paranormal, but like extraterrestrial stuff. Can
we talk about aliens for a bit? Because I know this was made in the 80s, was it?
90s.
How early on in the 90s was it made?
Late 90s. Or was it? Hang on. 2 seconds. Let me look at that Wikipedia. Mid 90s, 94.
94. That's early.
Wait, no. Oh, 93.
93,
Late
even
90s,
earlier. Yeah. A lot of the episodes that have to do with aliens, I kind of like the pilot was a great first episode, but it's not like the best only because
they don't want to give you everything.
Yeah, but like we're so aware of aliens now, you know?
Yeah. Well, I guess back in the 90s, internet wasn't really a thing, you know?
Or like people on the news talking about aliens wasn't really a thing either.
Yeah. So like conspiracy theorists didn't have the what's it called? The
support?
No.
Fan base?
The
exposure.
That'll do. A platform. They didn't have as much of a platform as they do now. Because, like, you know, you look at TikTok and it's just people spurting shit about moon phases and stuff. And I'm like, dude, chill. Go watch X-Files. Yeah. Stuff your sister always shares.
Yeah.
It's like what was it last time? It was like the 22nd of December or something. That there was going to be a big change in the world. And nothing happened. And I was like, the day after, I was like, so how about that big change in the world? And she was like, yeah. I don't think she even answered.
She probably had no idea what you were talking about. She was like, what the fuck are you talking about? What big change?
That was so last week. Is there anything else you want to say on aliens?
So, if we were... Because I'm kind of watching the X-Files just like an 80-year-old person is watching a movie. Like, so I'm like, oh my God, this is real, you know? And you have to explain to them, like, no, it's a movie. You know? Yeah. I kind of watch it and I'm like, dude, I could so see that actually happening. Do you see that?
I could, yeah. I mean, it's not... The way they do it, they still make it seem... Like in the X-Files, they still make it seem very realistic.
Yeah. How do you mean? In what sense? Sorry.
Like it's still very grounded. They're not ever like exploring a spaceship or something. Yeah. It's always kind of like they get glimpses of possibly something paranormal or extraterrestrial. Which I think is something that could happen in real life. Like you always have like people who think they see UFOs and ghosts, and like mythical creatures. So it's just kind of like that, really. Except we're getting the viewpoint of people who are investigating those things. That's cool.
I don't know. I don't know. Like if aliens were real and stuff and we're watching... Imagine like in like 30 years when aliens are like a regular part of our society. You know? Who knows? And already a part of... I know. I'm giving 15.
That's very like...
15 years.
15 years?
I thought 30 was too long.
No.
From 20...
If you think about how back in like the 80s, you know how they thought that in the... Like, you know, you think of Blade Runner. What they thought, like the when is Blade Runner set? Like it's definitely like 2020, like around our time now. That's what they thought the world would look like today, but it's not.
That's what Singapore looks like today. That's what some parts of the world look like.
No, but
yeah,
like no,
yeah,
but how they thought, like we have not progressed as much as we thought we would, at least in architecture and like buildings and like just the kind of visual kind of building blocks of the human society. It just kind of looks still the same. Like we still live in normal houses. We're not living in like floating skyscrapers and stuff.
Well, that would be ridiculous, Warren. Just because we're not living in floating houses, that doesn't mean we haven't progressed.
I know, that's what I'm saying. But we haven't progressed like we thought we would. So for you to say you think we'll be in contact with aliens in 30 years.
Listen, we've already been in contact.
No, I know, aliens. But to the level you think, like them being integrated into society, that's not going to happen for probably hundreds of years.
No, I give it 15 years.
If maybe thousands.
No, I'd give it 15. Thousands of years.
Do you really think aliens...
Thousands of years.
Do you really think aliens who are assumedly watching us all the time, do you really think they're gonna want to get involved with humanity at this point? They already
are involved. Listen, if you believe in aliens, then they
already
are involved.
I don't
with
think
humanity.
aliens are going to contact, like be in proper contact with humanity until humans stop killing each other, like until there is peace.
Well, how do you know aliens don't kill each other?
Well, it would just be kind of good common sense, really, not to... Like, would you... Okay, here's an analogy.
Right.
There's a den of dogs, right? A cage of dogs. Would you go in and sit down amongst them if they were rabidly biting at each other and fighting? No. Because as soon as you go in, they're going to do that to you.
No, I don't think we do that, though.
But would you go in if they were all cute and licking each other? I would
never go in the cage.
Fish. Okay, if they were like little chubby babies.
Alright, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Same situation, just with chubby babies. If they were fighting and stuff, would you go in?
Yeah.
Would you? You hate arguing children.
I know.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. Like, it wouldn't be smart for them, because as soon as they come down from the skies, people are just going to turn on them, because
I don't think so. I think humans are so shitless.
Humans are, yeah, so they're going to attack them.
I don't think so.
Humans are like, at the moment, we're already too afraid of each other, let alone some foreign entity.
Can I say?
What?
I think Americans are more aggressive towards each other than what I see here in Ireland and in Europe in general.
Sure.
Right. So,
but America does have the largest military and stuff.
Yeah.
So they're going to be shooting those. I mean, Americans are going to be shooting at those.
Man, I'm really pissed at the aliens.
UFOs with their shotguns.
So pissed at them. They're doing work with Americans. Why would you do work with Americans? Come on, like, go somewhere like New Zealand, or go somewhere like, I don't know, just nicer, where like the people won't try to exploit you and like won't use you for military, like
bloody Americans.
Yeah, they should have done their feckin' research before they landed on whatever continent. Anyways.
Well, sure, they made the pyramids.
No,
they didn't make anything in America.
Jesus.
It was Jesus.
I'm joking.
How do you know Jesus wasn't an alien? All those miracles could have been alien technology.
No, that actually really does mess with Christians.
What?
Aliens. Messes with Christians, because like so Jesus comes here and he is like telling you that, like, you know, he is the Son of God. You have to follow him and you have to follow God so you can like reach heaven, right?
Right.
But like, what if the aliens have never even heard of Jesus?
Well, why would they?
Because they're also a creation of God. If you're a Christian, then everything is created by God. And if there's just another species that's as, or if not more intelligent than you, then why would they not have a form of religion, you know?
Probably because they know better.
Which is like terrifying, as like it would really mess with your belief. Yeah, and never mind the
Aren't you a wannabe Christian?
Why do you say wannabe Christian?
Because you're not technically a Christian.
I'm not a Catholic, but I do believe in Jesus. I do believe in
Don't
Christ.
Don't you have to be baptized to be a Christian?
Bish.
What? I'm just here asking questions.
Christian just means person of Christ, I'm assuming. You just believe in Jesus Christ. I'm a Christian. I'm not a part of any religion, organized religion.
Except Christianity.
Christianity isn't an organized religion, it's a belief system. The Catholic Church is an organized religion. And the Protestant Church is an organized religion.
Isn't there a Christian church? Where do Christians go to Mass?
Christians don't... I don't know. I don't go to Mass.
Because you're not
I'm a Christian. I'm not a wannabe Christian. I'm a Christian.
Alright.
Oh my god.
What's your middle name?
Now you've made me lose my train of thought.
What? But, you know, what's your middle name?
What's
your middle name?
I would consider aliens.
Well, no, answer me.
I don't fucking have a middle name.
You would if you're a Christian.
No, I would if I was Catholic, you dummy. You're so stupid.
Continue.
Well, there's
had
lots.
My fun. Now you know how I feel every time. We're only talking about this because you interrupted me when I was explaining the plot of the pilot. I don't want to
go through the episodes. That's so boring.
All right, then we won't.
Yeah. Look, we're having a way more interesting conversation.
And we could have an equally interesting conversation for each episode. Imagine. A 5-hour podcast.
No. I know, imagine if there was like 40 episodes on the first season. So aliens to Christians, I'm assuming, are devils?
Or angels.
Well, there's a part of the Bible that said that the fallen, so the angels that God kicked out of heaven are fallen angels because they came crashing on earth. And those fallen angels...
Are they the black veiled brides?
I don't know. So those fallen angels
are the fallen angels.
Those fallen angels.
Didn't you like black veiled brides?
I did. I loved them.
Good.
Loved them.
Good.
But then they started just like using religion as like, I'm so edgy, I'm against religion and organized religion. And I'm like, man, that's not edgy.
Aren't you against organized religion?
Yeah, but I'm not dressing up in black and like being all...
You do dress up in black.
Shut up! Like, I don't have to be here. God damn.
Okay, I'll stop.
No, you can.
No, back to normal, Oren. I was just pretending to be Elina.
I'm not that rude. So the fallen angels had. Do you still have an itch you wanna?
No, fine. I'm fine.
So they.
All scratched.
All right. They had sex with people and created half human, half demon people. So like they were people but without like souls. So I think maybe if...
And what did they do?
I don't know.
No.
But they were just like not God's people, you know?
Right.
So I think if you take that story and put it, like plot that story to like a person like today in this day and age wrote that story and made a movie out of it, could be like a metaphor for like aliens if they ever come down. 100% people are going to try fuck it.
Yeah, I could imagine that.
Yeah. And then it's going to have like a baby and then everybody's going to like lose their shit and be like, it deserves human rights. You know?
All these goddamn sexy aliens.
I don't know. It's so crazy that we're even having this conversation. Like, and to think that my grandparents not once in their life have ever thought about aliens living with us or even aliens in general.
Yeah. And
we're just having this conversation like, I think in 15 years it's like we'll see it on the news. I think in 15 years.
Would you have sex with a sexy alien?
Define sexy alien. What does that mean?
Oh, we had this conversation before,
yeah.
Didn't we? I can't remember what our answers are. I don't know.
You would.
Depends what it looks like, really.
Yeah, and then he asked me what type of extra body parts.
Yeah.
And he said he likes the look of extra legs.
Did I?
Yeah, like that character on the machine.
Oh, the opossums one.
Yeah.
Oh, that was more recent than I thought it was then.
Yeah, that was when we went to the garden. We had this conversation.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah. Well, it's just kind of cool, really. If you want to know what I'm talking about, look up the cover for Opossums. Volume 5 or 6.
You can't just put the image there.
No, I'm too lazy.
Oh my god.
But yeah, what
What?
So we're talking about aliens.
No, I was just saying I can't believe we're having this conversation. Like, I doubt your mother ever thinks about this, you know?
Yeah.
It's crazy. I don't know. Excuse me.
Well, I'll continue with the things, really. Well, I won't really. But I like how the series isn't just about aliens.
Yeah.
Like, there's a mix of mythological stuff and just like weird stuff. Like, there's an episode where like an AI program takes control of a building. There's the episode where there's the bugs in the tree in the forest. That was a pretty cool
And they
episode.
like the way they describe like how this stuff happens as well. I'm like, I could totally see that happening.
Yeah.
You know, like the bugs in the forest
that's pretty much
making
the same.
a cocoon out of a person.
That episode is pretty much the same as the ice one.
Oh, that I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
The ice episode is my favourite, as well as the clone episode is my favourite.
Clone episode?
Remember the twin girls?
Oh, that was
Eve
good as well.
8, Eve 6.
Yeah.
So cool. Because I can see that happening as well.
Yeah. We'll have to watch The Thing. Because it's pretty much exactly the
it.
same as the ice episode.
Yeah.
So
if you want to figure out whether or not you should watch X-Files, the ice episode, what is the name of that episode?
Ice.
Oh, Ice is about a group of researchers in the North Pole, was it?
It says the Arctic. I think that's
yeah.
the top one, yeah.
A group of researchers in the Arctic, and they start one person randomly becomes very aggressive, and then that carries on into other people, and then they basically kill themselves and each other.
Yeah.
So Mulder and Scully get that X-File case, and they go to the Arctic to figure out what's happened with 3 or 4 other people. There's a rabid dog there, and the dog is like very aggressive, and it bites one of the characters, and then the dog stops being aggressive, you know? So then that man developed some of the symptoms, and they find out it's kind of like a murder mystery, like it's very, very good, and everybody starts turning on each other because they don't know who's infected and who's not infected.
Yeah. It's like Among Us, if you played that, which everybody listening probably has,
it kind of is like
very
that.
popular.
But they find out anyways that because the ice has melted in such a rapid...
No, I think it was because they were drilling down into it.
Oh, they were drilling down, they were drilling down into the ice, and because they drilled down through lots of layers, they have also released bacteria from thousands of years ago. So it was a parasite that lives off the host and makes the host aggressive. And I was like, I can totally see that happening.
Yeah.
It's such a good episode. So they had to figure out how to make like a vaccine for it, and how to figure out who has the virus and what the symptoms are. It was very, very good. Yeah, and very suspenseful.
Suspenseful.
Yeah.
What other episodes were there? What did you think of the space episode? I think that was one of the weirdest episodes.
What's the space
the one with the space ghost that possesses the pilot guy. I didn't really like that episode at all.
No, I didn't like it, but
it was kind of weak.
I thought it played too much on, like, wasn't there an astronaut that had that same experience?
Was there?
To a lesser degree. He said that he saw something in space, like something living in space.
I don't know.
And it like terrified the crap out of him.
Don't know.
Yeah. So I think it was based on that, but they like really downplayed. It just wasn't executed well at all.
Yeah, I'm sure they base a lot of episodes on real life events.
Yeah.
Or maybe some are like references, because there are really weird episodes later on that are like, there wasn't any in the first season, but like in later seasons, it's just like when you encounter your first one, you're like, what the fuck is going on? It's like a completely different show.
Yeah.
So I'm sure like those episodes are probably like references or something to like another kind of thing.
The way this season is ended, man, I have no clue how the second season is going to turn out.
How did it end again? It ended with the bad guys getting
an alien sample,
which I was very happy with. Like, so I forgot everything pretty much that happened because I watched the first season years ago, so I forgot like about the season finale. And I was quite happy that Scully like actually encountered something extraterrestrial. And I thought it was clever the way they did it, where Scully and Mulder, their first proper experience or encounter with like extraterrestrial stuff, was very reflective of their kind of personalities. Like Scully encountered the extraterrestrial stuff through the DNA sample, like analyzing that, and then she eventually found the test sample thing.
Yeah, I just think it's really interesting because
did you lock the door? Okay. Take a quick break. Did you lock the door?
Yeah.
That sounded like it was opened.
Did you pause it?
No.
So a guy just knocked on our door. Scary as shit because he tried to open it first. So, and Oren fucking was like, "Go check it out," and I'm like, "What the fuck? Yeah, you have to come with me." So he was like, "Hi, I'm the plumber. Is your water working?" And I just had to laugh. It's so funny. That's such a line. And I told you to...
the start of a porn.
Yeah. It's just so like, Irish as well.
I've been expecting it.
Could you like replicate his accent?
No.
It was so funny. I'm the plumber. Is your water working? It was so funny. So you checked the bathroom and I was like, yeah, Oren, you go check the bathroom and you left. And I was like, and I'll go check the chicken. I was like, I mean kitchen.
The chicken.
He laughed. It's so
fucking ages. Oh my god.
Go check the bathroom and I'll check the chicken.
Is there chicken or is there water coming from the chicken?
I know. I'll go check the water and the chicken. It's so stupid. Yeah, I know, that's what we did.
What were we talking about?
I don't know. Can we choose our anime episode?
We'll do that after we get through these. Well, we haven't even talked about our favourite episode.
Well, my favourite episode was the ice one and the episode where they clone people.
What was that one called? Eve. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was cool.
It was really cool. That was my favourite one.
And my favourite episode was Beyond the Sea.
Oh no, sorry. Carry on. Sorry.
No, you go on.
We were talking about the ending of X-Files. Season 1.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you talk about your favourite
episode.
No,
we'll finish our topic. I can't really remember how. I think most of the seasons have a kind of cliffhanger.
Except it wasn't really a cliffhanger, I thought.
No.
It kind of
maybe
was just...
because they weren't sure if they'd get another season, so they didn't want to like finish like half.
They finished it amazingly. I was like, oh my god, they did so well on this last episode of season 1. I want to carry on watching. Like, you don't need a cliffhanger. You just want to carry on watching because you're like, how the hell are they going to carry on after this? You know? No, so I thought the way that they did it with Mulder and Scully was perfect because they completely got rid of Mulder. So Mulder, anyway, he ended up as a hostage in the last episode. And so Mulder, because he's so familiar with the X-Files and because he already believes, he deals with all of that stuff, that part of the investigation.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I need to find out, like, I need to find the alien or I need to find the clone. Whereas Scully is more like, I'll do what's logical and I'll do all the research. So in the last episode, she was doing the DNA research. Mulder was going after the aliens.
Yeah.
So then they got rid of Mulder in the last episode, and Scully was forced to do Mulder's part of the job. So she ended up actually like breaking into a place, into a facility, like, you know, and stealing and actually finding an alien sample. So I was like, I love that they made her do Mulder's work, and now she fully believes.
Yeah.
That was a really good way to do it.
I don't know if she fully believes.
Oh, she fully believes.
I think she's still very skeptical in later seasons, but like she has witnessed shit, so she's not completely dismissive of like what could be thing.
Yeah.
I think most of the time she's like, she's like when Mulder says it's like, oh, it's Bigfoot, she's like, seriously, Mulder, like, come on, surely it's something else. She doesn't like get on board with him straight away. She stays true to her personality, at least for the most part.
Now your favorite episode?
Oh yeah, my favorite episode was Beyond the Sea, the one where it's the
what's that one? Beyond the
Sea.
Her dad.
Her dad dies, and then
That's your favorite episode?
Yeah, it was really cool.
Really?
So Mulder and Scully are investigating like disappearances of people, and they visit this dude in prison, who seems to have
psychic abilities.
He can kind of channel spirits and kind of get visions of stuff. And he hints that he could get her in contact with her dad, which is pretty cool. And also, fun fact, her dad is also one of the characters who was in Twin Peaks.
He literally he didn't even change his uniform.
Yeah, he's just the same character.
You know what? Hawk was the same one. And he did not change his uniform either. He was the exact same character. They might as well have had the same names.
I'm sure there was another person as well. Maybe.
I feel like there was.
Maybe not. But yeah. And then like the guy who played the psychic was like definitely the best piece of acting in the entire season.
Wow, you think?
Yeah. He also played the only reason I remember him is because he looks like Andy Serkis, but he's also the guy who played in Lord of the Rings the king of the people with the horses. You know, when they first go to him, he's like evil and he's like all crusty faced, and then Gandalf exorcises him and he turns good and young again, and then they banish his assistant who is like cursing him.
Oh.
Yeah, he's the assistant.
Oh.
And then he turns to the dark side.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was a very good actor in that too.
He was, yeah. So I'd like to see what else he's in, because he's a really good actor.
Wasted talent.
I'm sure he's in more.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was he definitely made the episode for me. I was like, damn, this dude can act. And then also like the whole thing with the prophecies he gave and stuff was pretty cool as well.
And it was the only episode as well that Mulder didn't believe the X-File person, cool. And Scully believed it.
That was cool. And that was only like what, halfway through the season.
Yeah.
So it was a nice
Can I say
what?
It's just like a few seconds of a rant and has nothing to do with anything, but it reminded me of it when you said he played to the evil guy in Lord of the Rings, to the king. Was it yourself? Yeah, me and you were in the car and we were listening to the radio. And
was it yourself?
And the radio was talking about a topic of should gay characters should gay characters in films be played by gay people,
right?
And should disabled characters in films be played by disabled people?
Right.
And like same with Mexican and whatever. And then I was like, and I know that we say it's acting, but I was thinking about like Robert De Niro would be wasted talent if he only ever played Italian characters.
Yeah.
You know? Like, who comes up with that?
I definitely think that like it shouldn't just like disabled people shouldn't just play disabled characters shouldn't just be played by disabled people. And gay actors shouldn't just be played by gay
or
actors.
like even The Godfather.
Because I mean it is acting, and you could have like 100 gay actors who are auditioning for the gay character's part, but like the one straight person that auditions could be way better than all of them.
Yeah.
And if they got the part, then oh no, it's oppression,
it's like
or whatever.
Yeah, it's discriminative. Is what they say.
Whoever is the better fit for the character. It's acting. Like whoever can act better should get it. It's like that episode. What was it? Second last episode of this season with what was his name? Roland. You know, the autistic guy.
Yeah. Is he?
I don't know if he was, if the actor who played him was autistic, but he did like a way better job than the woman who played the autistic girl in the same episode.
Yeah.
Like you could tell that she was not autistic.
Yeah.
Just because like it was very clear.
Oh, we'll have a look. What was that episode called?
Roland. But like, yeah, I definitely think it's like whoever is better.
But I was thinking about it more, and I was like, I feel like, so when
I feel like it crosses a line when it's like races, because then it gets a bit offensive. Like you can't.
Well, no, not.
Like,
it depends on which
someone.
Race. Like you can't have a white person play an Asian, like a Chinese character.
Yeah.
And you can't have a white person. I think
You
it's
can't
just
really
white
have
people. You can't have a white person also play a black character.
Well, you can't have. I don't think you can have like a black character play a white person.
No, and you couldn't do it the other way around. You can't make a
unless
Chinese
it's
person
like
act
unless
as a
it's
white
part of the narrative,
character.
like in White Chicks.
Yeah.
I don't really know why that's the case. It just feels wrong.
But okay, so I was thinking about it, and I was like, so I think more than anything, if you're an actor, you get recognition and reputation. So for example, Marlon Brando is not Italian, but he plays an Italian character in The Godfather. Iconically, say like. So for them to have wanted to get specific, if for example a gay character in a movie, you want to get a straight character that could play as a gay character very well, because it's acting, but also like because it's acting, because you want to also cast that person in other roles where he's not flamboyantly gay. Do you get what I'm saying?
I don't know. No.
So so a person who's in a wheelchair to be a character in a movie who's in a wheelchair, you kind of want to get a person who's not disabled to play that character, so you could also recast them in other roles where he can be walking and like showcase that talent.
The people who are recruiting for the movie aren't thinking about what the person could be recruited for in other movies.
But you are, though.
They have nothing to do with that.
No, I know, but you also are. Otherwise, it's like that one person in the wheelchair will be cast for every single role that comes about because they already have the reputation of being in that movie where they were in a wheelchair. So then they're also going to be put in another movie where they're also in a wheelchair. And another
Maybe
one.
It's just because they're good actors, so they're getting recast. I mean, you can't really recast them. You can't cast a disabled person in a non-disabled character's role.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, they're very limited then in what they can give to the casting crew, I'm sure like casting crews don't look at like
oh, we got a disabled character here. Let's only look at disabled actors because they're not really going to have much of a like a pool of people to choose from. You know?
What do you mean? I don't think. Yeah, Roland's not autistic.
No,
he's
Damn.
not.
Just
Yeah,
a very
he's a
good
very good
actor
actor.
then.
Yeah. I was also thinking about it, and I was like, if they actually did get an autistic person, and this is just my ignorance, if they actually did get an autistic person to be in the film, that would just be a lot harder for staff to manage.
Maybe.
And for the person to actually learn the roles and be there, and it would just be, I think, a lot more difficult because you have to be specially trained to work with a person with a disability, and I just don't think that's the time that people have. Unfortunately, it's not the time that Hollywood has to.
Yeah, maybe not
to
for
do that,
TV
you know?
show.
Yeah,
especially then
it's
when
just
there
easier.
wasn't as much support.
Yeah,
But like,
yeah.
we watched Peanut Butter Falcon.
It was so good.
With Shia LaBeouf, and there is a Down syndrome character in it.
Yeah, that was
played
really
by
good.
someone with Down syndrome.
Yeah.
And like, you know, he played the role of a person with Down syndrome pretty effectively.
Yeah.
But like,
It's so funny.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. And I was also thinking about how so the co-director of Wonder Woman is a female, but she was annoyed.
I thought it was the main director.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think
so. She was pissed off that
Patty Jenkins or something?
I think it's Peggy, was it?
I think it's Patty.
So she's annoyed that even though she had the title of director, she had no power on set. You know? So it's kind of just like for good publicity for the company to be like, yeah, we have a female director, but she had like fuck all say to do with anything, is what she says. But then I'm like, okay, but Hollywood doesn't give you that. Like, they gave her the reputation of being a director on Wonder Woman, so now she can go off and she can say, with her history, say that she was the director of Wonder Woman and start directing something new by herself, you know?
Right.
Anyways. That's just what I had to. It was just a little rant of mine.
Yeah. I don't know if that was the most constructive conversation.
No, it's not. It was just, that was just on my mind today, and I was really annoyed that like people think that it's a very close-minded to say that only people who are gay can play gay characters.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, surely if that's the case, only straight people can play straight characters. And there's gay people who play straight characters all the time.
Yeah, there's like so many gay... Yeah, exactly. You're like limiting the pool for all of these gay people who want to be actors.
And there's going to be less gay characters than are straight characters. So there's going to be less roles for gay actors to act in.
Exactly.
So fuck you, SJWs.
Haven't heard that in a while.
So yeah. Beyond the Sea, that was my favorite episode.
And then we started talking about Roland. That was such a good episode. I really, really liked that one too. His acting was so good in it.
I think it was because like the way he portrayed his autism felt painful.
Yeah.
Compared to like the woman's who just felt like she was like just pretending to be a toddler, you know?
Yeah.
But his actually felt like real.
It was very good.
Yeah, it was very good. So yeah, that was season 1 of X-Files. I'd like to do an episode every time we finish a season on the, you know,
on the new season.
Well, every time we finish a season, we'll talk about it on the episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good idea.
But do you really want to start this new season straight away?
Yeah. I swear down, I only thought you didn't want to because you did say it before. You said you wanted to put something else in instead of watching the new season of X-Files.
Yeah, I would like to kind of spread it out. Because then otherwise...
How many seasons are there?
Because then, well, there's technically 10 seasons, but I would only watch up until season 7. Because after that it gets shit. We'll watch the first movie though.
There's a movie.
There's 2 movies. But what I wanted to do was split up watching season 1 and season 2, because if you watch them both together, they'll kind of blend together, and we won't remember the experience of watching the first season. You know.
So what do you want to put in place of it?
Don't know. Well, you wanted to when we started watching it. You said you wanted to watch something live action.
Which is why we chose X-Files, was it?
Yeah. What were we watching before that?
I don't know.
Same. But I think since we finished this, I would like to try and see if we can get one of the anime ticked off your to watch list. But we'll decide whatever one. Yeah. If you want. It's up to you.
Can we choose the anime to watch now? And can I choose the generator? I want to click the button.
Okay. So it's time for
He's been choosing my animes this whole time.
I haven't been choosing them. The generator.
Yeah, but you've been clicking it for me.
Don't go too close to the mic.
No, don't fucking click it. So.
Ooh, wrong thing.
Oh, I'm gonna press spin.
And she's gonna spin. You can use the mouse over there if you want.
No.
Let's wait 20 minutes
for the spinning leak to stop.
So while it's spinning, I'll explain what we're doing, just in case you haven't listened to the last few episodes of the podcast.
Good idea.
So I'll actually close this down just in case it comes up halfway during what I'm saying. So I don't want to get interrupted. So we are. So what we do now is each episode of the podcast, we will. Don't start eating those chocolates.
I wanna.
We will. Okay, you can while I'm explaining this,
Yeah,
but don't eat them too close to the mic.
No.
We will spin a random anime generator, and whatever anime we get, like we do it once each, and whatever anime we get, we have to watch the first episode of that anime, and then we record a review podcast for Patreon, which you can watch by pledging to it, and you'll also get access to a bunch of bonus exclusive content, like videos that we stop crunching so loudly like videos that we haven't released on the channel publicly and stuff. There's 2 anime reviews, and today we'll be getting our anime,
and if it's another ecchi one, we're going to spin again.
Yeah, so the last 2 rolls, Elina has gotten an ecchi show. And she's fed up with the titties.
Fed up. No, there's no titties even. It's just all panty shots.
Oh. Okay.
I don't care about that.
No. It's just all for the titties. Oh, wow. That was Maybe don't crunch it with your front teeth. You know how your front teeth are. Is that the lemon one? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so if she gets another ecchi show, I will allow her to roll again. Okay? But if you get another ecchi one after that, you gotta watch it.
No.
We're just gonna keep rolling until you don't get an ecchi one?
Yeah.
Fine, just this once. So, you rolled it. Who did you roll it for? Me or you?
Me.
Okay, now let's see what she got. It is Gantz, second stage, which I assume is the second season of an anime called
rated R.
Gantz. I think it's just because it's violent. It is ecchi. Do you want to roll again?
Look up photos of it.
You're gonna spoil yourself of it?
It doesn't look ecchi.
I think it's just because it's violent. Hang on. Doing live research here, everyone.
It looks great.
Yeah, it looks cool and actiony.
Alright, I'm gonna watch that.
Cool. So Elina got Gantz, second stage. Will I read a bit of the synopsis?
Do.
So, Kurono-ke and his ex-elementary school classmate, Kato Masaru, have survived the first 2 ordeals that the unknown black sphere Gantz has sent them through. I assume this would make more sense if we had watched the first season. Exploding body parts, struggling to stay alive till the last seconds and seeing your fellow comrades fall in a pile of blood and gore are norm to them now. They are aware that now that Gantz can call them up along with any new deeds at any time for another confrontation with enemies. Or aliens, sorry. This sounds weird.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah. Sounds like sci-fi. It is sci-fi. Horror, psychological,
I think this should be
supernatural,
for
drama,
you.
itchy. I assume you'll enjoy this. So that's Alina's one.
Yay.
And
I'm
now,
gonna spin for
do you want to spin for me as well? Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
And spin. I bought a box of Lily O'Brien chocolates. They're so delicious.
This is part of the same bundle that she got for €35 that we talked about in the previous podcast. Not too close to them, Mike.
It's delicious.
I have to keep Alina further away from the mic than I am, just because she's so loud.
Watch you get like a totally nude one.
Oh wow, I got a seemingly etchy one. So I got Divergence Eve 2 Misaki Chronicles.
Divergence.
Good one. Misaki Chronicles, which is only rated 6.3 out of 10. Yours was like at least 7. And it is not etchy. What?
Wow. Look up images. It looks completely etchy.
Yeah, what the hell? When am I going to get to see some titties? God damn. I've seen more naked men than I have women.
And that's without this series.
Yeah, I'm very surprised this isn't etchy. It's got like huge, seemingly bouncing boobs.
Yeah.
Okay, well that'll be a fun watch. It looks old as well. When's it from?
Man, I want this
When's
one.
it from? Fuck off. 2004.
You would love the gory one.
Oh, they're both from the same year. Cool. So if you want to listen to us review the first episodes of those 2 anime, check out our Patreon down in the description, and you'll find the episode there soon enough, I think.
Annoyed.
Before the next podcast, anyway.
Yeah. Alright, that's all from us today.
No, we gotta do the other segments.
What are the other sections?
Well, there's the comments section. Let's see. Give me a second.
Give me a sake. Give me a sake.
Oh, do you want to go through your recommendations before I get to the comments?
I recommend X-Files season 1.
Yeah.
Just so you can't recommend it.
Well, in that case, I recommend. I actually started playing The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker last night on an emulator because I don't have a Wii U or a GameCube to play it on. I played about an hour of it and I'm really enjoying it. So I would highly recommend, if you've never played a Zelda game, I think Wind Waker is a good start from what I played. I started, the first Zelda game I played was A Link Between Worlds on the 3DS, and I really enjoyed that. I think that's a good one to start with. Don't start with the Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask, because apparently they're very clunky, especially on the Nintendo 64. Maybe play it on the 3DS. They're a lot easier to play on that. At least Ocarina of Time was, which I played. Okay, I'll just know. You're giving me those eyes like, stop talking about Zelda, Oran.
I made creamy chicken pesto pasta today, and it was delicious.
Would you recommend creamy pesto pasta?
I would highly recommend that. And another update as well is that we planted bonsai trees.
We did. They haven't sprouted yet. We only did them.
We have 4. So Oren has 2 and I have 2. It was really fun. I got it for him as like a Christmas gift, part of a Christmas gift present. And I called one of mine's Michael and the other one Michelangelo. Because
she's obsessed with the name Michael.
Yeah, but he won't let me name my kids Michael, so my kids. You won't let me name my kids Michael.
Well, maybe if you had a better name.
There's no better name than Michael.
Alright.
He thinks it's a boring name.
It is.
Because I love the name. So I named mine Michael and Michelangelo, and they're gonna grow so much bigger and stronger than yours, and you're just gonna have to deal with it that's their name.
Alright, well, I'll just have to leave you, and I'll make my own children with blackjack and hookers. It's a Futurama reference.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so time to read the comments. There was none. So if you're listening, leave us a comment. I don't think we've gotten comments. I don't think we've gotten the comments in the last 2 podcasts. So yeah, feeling lonely. Although someone today commented on my Japanese horror game collection, and they were like, "Thank you so much. This made my day." And I was like, thank you.
Nice.
Go forth and spread that J horror love.
Yuck. Go forth and be fruitful.
So yeah, that'll do it for us, I think.
Yeah.
It was a good fun podcast. Watch X-Files. It's really good.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, guys.
Yeah. Be sure to, like, comment, subscribe, check out our Twitter, and our Patreon. And just share and like everything that we output.
Even to show if you don't like it.
So yeah. See you, everybody. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.